Some Warframes are used for damage, others defense, or even support. He may be pretty good at all those things, but when you go to pick Vault, there's really only one thing on your mind.
You're fast, Tenno. I believe you can handle more. Ready yourself.
Alright, we got a bit to cover, so we're just gonna get straight into it. If you didn't pick them up at the start of the game, you have to join a clan and purchase these pieces at your dojo. The Vault Prime version has double energy and more armor. Default Vault would be okay, but the energy is crucial in full speed builds, and is especially helpful in Arbuckle maps, since all primes that touch death orbs give 250 energy. You can obtain these relics from the Void Trader, although it's unpredictable when they'll be on sale. Here's other relics too, but they're vaulted and may never be seen again. His community platinum price is around 200 due to his limited time and availability. Visit the Red Veil or the Arbiters of Hexus for his augments. And remember, all these moves can deal electric damage and status, so it's strong against robots, but not so effective against Greenear troops and most bosses. For all guides, check the screen to learn how mods affect abilities. We'll begin with speed, which makes sprinting, rolling, reloading, and melee attacks faster. While running, make sure you tap the crouch button every 2 seconds to gain a slide boost. Clicking any quicker would likely slow you down. Maglev will boost this to give you that little more oomph. Bullet jumping, however, is always at a set speed, so try to figure out how to double jump to most places. With a bit of practice, Vault can dodge most enemy attacks and even run faster than obstacles like Void Walkers. Keep in mind it also affects teammates. All up, it makes tiny clip guns fire way quicker, and every melee weapon feel viable, making for an awesome way to level up all weapons fast. Excaliburs appreciate the boost too, and Valkyries can achieve the highest attack speed in the game. Teammates can remove the speed boost with a backflip.
Oh, ungrateful.
The most recent Vault speed overrides the old, even if they have less mods on and suck. Sometimes the game bugs out and Vault's buffs won't apply to allies, or they will but not be indicated on your HUD. To get more out of this ability, take the augment Shocking Speed, as everyone will now inflict electric procs to enemies and crates in a 3 meter radius while moving, indicated with a lightning circle. Just be careful near reinforced glass. It's good for looting and stunning enemies you dash by. Mods can boost its damage but not range. All this speed complements his passive Static Discharge. Moving on the ground now charges up his next weapon or ability up to 1000 electric damage onto his current effects. This can proc electricity but does not mix with the weapon's other elements to create new attacks like radiation. It's multiplied by crits and sniper combo counters, but the move itself is not influenced by mods. The more you build up the electricity, the more likely any status chance procs will be electrical. Oh, and also, regardless of what spear you're wielding, he can one-shot any fish. But now to... shoot lightning that bounces to the nearest enemies in sight 5 times with guaranteed electrical procs. You can hit 6 guys all up, or 5 with a trick shot. Use it whenever you have spare energy for damage, or really need the stun foes. It can help out ally damage with Shock Trooper, which gives allies 100% electricity damage to weapons and abilities for 40 seconds. Lengthened and strengthened by duration mods, this ability is a great way to just keep everyone's damage high. Another way to really help out allies is with Electric Shield. It's impenetrable to most hostile attacks. However, allies can fire through it at any angle they want. These bullets gain 50% electricity damage, and critical strikes do double their damage. What's weird is projectiles will mix with electricity to create new elements, but hit scans won't. So a rifle with heat mods will do heat and electricity, but an arrow with heat will deal radiation, along with the typical impact, rupture, and slash of course. These shields can stack to boost electric damage, dealing a maximum of 300% with 6 shields. Any newer casts delete the oldest. Shocking through shields will cause any enemy that passes through it to also get shocked. It works with some other abilities too, like an Ember Fireball will become radiation through the shield. Click the action button to pick up the shield or drop it. You won't be able to use primary weapons though in this mode, and it will make you move slower. The shield can also knock down people while sprinting. Energy will be drained while moving, and when you hit 0, you drop it. This is reduced with efficiency. Allies can pick it up too with Transistor Shield, and now any damage absorbed helps Volt build up his passive. Their own movement will cost them their own energy, except this time efficiency from Volt or the ally doesn't lower the draining cost. Only one person can hold a shield at a time. Attempts to pick up 2 will make both players drop it. Your passive is handy, but it's not worth dedicating a whole mod to, so I find this to be pretty useless. Finally, Discharge. Shoot out an electric pulse that hits enemies and makes them shoot out an electric pulse. These emitting enemies don't create even more emitters. But the wave and zaps can go through walls. The discharge field lingers for 4 seconds and is horrible against solo targets, as it will only start doing damage 4.5 seconds into the stun on these guys. So make sure your enemy always has a buddy to share the stun. Loot crates can also be an emitting source, and his passive will boost the overall damage. Shock can create an extra little explosion on stunned enemies. This ability is strong, but can't be spammed, as you must wait 4 seconds between casts and hitting already affected enemies won't do anything. The damage can also recharge his team's shields with Capacitance, if they're in radius. With good strength and duration mods, this can be strong against crowds, since everyone will be getting charge over time and will even gain bonus over shields. All up, Volt is incredibly versatile, and therefore you can mod him in many different ways, especially since he has 3 worthwhile augments. To run all these builds, you're going to have to dedicate a bit of former, or have less costing mods, which isn't too bad because Volt will still be fairly strong. Firstly,
Maximum speed.
simply have all the sprinting and ability strength mods. Though, let's be practical, we should replace energy conversion for actual missions. I usually take narrow-minded. Though, if you think you're okay for energy due to allies or death orbs, take maglev or even bullet jump. Sacrificing any other mods will slow you down by a little bit. Now the best way to benefit off the attack speed is to replace the sprint speed mods with shocking speed, and get some more armor and vitality. Even take rage to ensure you always have energy. This mixes well with melee mods like condition overload and healing return, since shocking speed will always have enemies under status. As long as you're swinging, you can't die, unless your enemies are strong enough to one-shot you before you can even get going.
On your mark. Get set.
Since electricity and radiation are strong against Edidons, his Shock Trooper and Electric Shields are a big team asset. Take a bunch of efficiency and duration to ensure everyone is buffed. Both moves will even buff your Tenno weapons too. Fire weapons, radiation weapons, and electrical with critical chance are the best way to go. Natural talent is good for spamming the 6 shields really quickly. The last one is pretty upfront. Make all your enemies shake it up, while Capacitance strengthens the squad. Use ability range, strength, and duration. Don't take any shields on this one though, since you'll be getting 1200 overshields anyway. It's a nice defensive mod to ensure everyone is tanky. Now you know just about everything on Volt. For more detailed guides and other cool stuff, subscribe. Also leave a like and drop a comment if you've got any feedback.